Give you a second to join me. I did not announce myself because this is the time that I have. I thought I would be able to check in with you more this week, but I just had a lot of appointments and a lot going on in terms of content creation in other ways. So we had the full moon in Cancer. Yes, yesterday. And this is a werewolf moment regarding our emotional maturity and ability to handle external life. I hear you, my friend. We've already got somebody in the audience that is feeling this one. This is a very emotional time because not only is it, sorry, and a werewolf moment, not only is it a full moon, it's in Cancer. That's what the moon rules. It's the maximum amount of feeling and subjectivity. So this moon was 13 degrees in Cancer. Anything that you have around 13 degrees is going to be getting some kind of hit, some kind of lesson there. And so there's a lot going on in the external world is what it's showing us, because we've got the sun, we've got Mars and Venus also beginning their cycle in Cancer. So that's opposite to the moon. That's what's going on out there. It's a lot of activity, and it's showing a lot of activity around acquisition, acquiring. So we're really looking heavily this month with the moon opposing Capricorn at, is what we're acquiring good for us? Does it actually contribute to our stability? Does it contribute to our security? Does it contribute to safety of home? There's a lot of themes of the homeland. That is what Cancer is. And we're looking at, personally and collectively, on a personal scale and on a societal scale, is what we are acquiring, what we are committed to, what we're going out into the world and working at, what we're going after, Capricorn, Venus, Mars cycle, do all the math there. Is that actually in service? Is that working? Is that in service to what the moon needs? Our needs. And at the heart of it all, we want as humans to feel safe. We want some measure of soothing or predictability. And so we look at, is what we are acquiring, what we're building, what we're going out into the world, actually hitting the mark here? Because we can get far off the mark when it comes to getting into a trance or getting into a pattern. And we cannot realize that we're getting further and further and further away from what we actually want, what we actually need, what the actual goal was. So we have a chance to reorient ourselves. Shh, girls. Shh. 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 Violet. Violet. Violet, can you act like you don't do this, please? Sorry. I think my parents are pulling out here and going somewhere. It always creates such a ruckus when they see people they see all the time. So we are going to be untethering ourselves from some things, distancing ourselves ourselves from some things, divorcing ourselves from some things that we may have been invested in or been committed to or been in a habit of. And pulling back our energy. Some of us may be leaving jobs, leaving relationships, leaving home. So it is a smartening up when it comes to a real harsh wake-up call regarding what is going on out there. What are we pursuing? What are we acquiring? And is it actually in service to safety, security, stability, and what the moon is after? We may need to make some sacrifices. We may need to make some changes. Maybe these are changes in relationships or geographical changes. And it's actually a hard full moon in the sense that it's most likely going to require some kind of actual physical shift. So I think a lot of us are going to come out of this a bit or a lot more emotionally mature. You know, it's one of those situations when, you know, you realize that we're not in Kansas anymore. So the Venus-Mars cycle, let's talk about that. This is a cycle that is not a rare cycle. And we get this, you know, I have to look at my cycles every couple of years or so. And Venus and Mars are in Capricorn, so they are starting out a new cycle of steadiness, going after things with measure, going after things with a plan, combining our passion and our energy and that's Mars, and our values, the object of our desire. What is it that we want to go after? What is it that we are using that passion and that energy to acquire? Venus is the prize. And in Capricorn, there's a long game that we're playing. We aren't concerned with getting there faster. We're concerned with doing a job well done. So it's a new cycle of being more aware, more mature, more conservative, having more of an adult attitude about how we're going to get what we want. And sometimes that's going to involve patience in Capricorn. And prioritizing delayed gratification. So we have some adulting to do this full moon. Yeah, a lot of us are going to feel a little bit sheepish, I think, looking back and seeing how we have approached things from a more childish or short-sighted end. So Venus and Mars together has us willing to work hard to go after what we want and sustain it and actually build a put our energy and our patience into building some kind of foundation. So, yep, I would say that Mars and Capricorn was the little pig that built his house out of bricks. And that's what we are learning this particular full moon cycle. If we want a safe home, if we want comfort, if we want steadiness, if we want real security, if we want to fulfill the needs of the moon, then we have to be willing to prioritize maturity, delayed gratification, and emotional management in order to meet those needs. The little pig that built his house out of bricks was the most boring pig of all, but he was the one that everybody wanted to be friends with in the end. So that's about all I've got today, guys. I just wanted to pop in and just give you a little heads up about what this all means and what to look for. And I am exceptionally tired this weekend, so I think that's all the bandwidth I've got. I will pop in tomorrow, most likely, not guaranteed, but most likely I will pop in with another installment in my Karmic Relationship series. So, yeah, we've had a lot of solar activity, guys. A lot has been going on in terms of plasma and added energy. And a lot of us have had that feeling of overexertion that happens when we have more solar activity going on. It gives us a feeling of like sun poisoning. Have you ever, had a day where you've had too much sun and you end up really dragging and tired and feeling almost a bit feverish? Those are a lot of the symptoms that we can experience, and we need to take better care of ourselves because you have to look at it like kind of a circuit overload, or when you have a lot of users using a particular site or something. It's that same concept where it's an energetic overload of your available circuitry. So be gentle with yourself when you feel discombobulated on these high plasma days. Make sure to get more rest and don't feel like you should be adding more. So that's what I got. Anyway, I will check in with you guys tomorrow, even if it's briefly. And I am putting together a outline for the next installment of the Karmic Relationship series. Give me some suggestions what it is that you guys would like to see in that particular genre. What kind of information is it that you are looking for, or what you would be interested in? All right, it was good to connect with you guys. Get extra rest and decide what it is that you're going to emotionally smarten up about. Because that's this whole week. The week of the full moon is that realization of, what am I doing out there? Or going out and getting out there, pursuing out there that may not actually be settling me or soothing me in here. All right. Good to see you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow.